Well, actually, Tony's sitting here beside us. He's tuned up, rearing to go. So, ready to give her a blast, Tony.
Alright.
We'll move the microphone over this direction, so bear with us. I don't know what this is called. Tony will introduce it.
Hello. It's called, it's a Big Tom song. Called You're Going Out the Same Way You Came In. I hope you remember it. You're going out the same way you came in. Don't matter who you know or where you've been. Skid Row Joe or superstar, makes no difference who you are. You're going out the same way you came in. We are born into this world with not a thing. We'll leave it just as naked as we came. You may drive a coupe de ville, own a mansion on the hill. Don't mean nothing when St. Peter calls your name. Oh, we're going out the same way we came in. Someone will notify your next of kin. Some will weep and some will moan, and some will spit upon your stone. But you're going out the same way you came in. Yeah, they lay you out in all your fancy clothes and notify just who and what you owe. Well, the lawyers line the nest and the kinfolk get the rest. Oh, you can take it with you when you go. Yeah, you're going out the same way you came in. Don't matter who you know or where you've been. Skid Row Joe or superstar, makes no difference who you are. You're going out the same way you came in. Yeah, you're going out the same way you came in.
There you go.
Thank you.
That's Tony Smith there. Tony, where did you come up with the idea to do this song?
Huh?
How did you come up with this?
I was setting up gear one night with the band in Belturbet, and Big Tom's version came on the radio, and we were kind of having a little chuckle about it. The way sort of serious musicians do it with Big Tom, which is a bit of a joke. But in actual fact, it's, I listened and thought, that's actually a good song, you know, I don't care. Big Tom isn't particularly hip, but he's still great in live with, so just messing about and done a version of it.
Well, I must say that was a wonderful version of the song there. Even our backroom man here at the back, applauding us. And we still have Tony here in the studio with us, so we'll just ask him a few more questions. He may even do another song before we finish up. Anyway, Tony, you were at the Painkillers, but you were with several other bands before the Painkillers in the Belturbet area.
Yeah.
You've been
many
many bands. Was the Shakes was one of them?
Shakes, yeah, Shakes still going, great band, yeah. With Brendan Scott and Arnie McGovern and John Leddy, yeah, they're really still going strong, yeah.
And were you involved with the Significant Seven at one stage, or you filled in with them?
Filled in a couple of times, yeah, filled in a couple of times. Sort of muddled along as they played it, just really, yeah. They're very good, yeah, they're gone now, yeah.
And at the moment you're with Paddy Greenan and Porrick Smith in a new setup.
Yeah, just myself and Paddy and Porrick, we're all kind of in the same boat. We're all kind of married men with children and all the commitments that go with that. So we decided we'd get together and do gigs, do the odd gig, just when it suited us to keep the hand in, as it were, you know. So we're doing a few gigs. We're doing Sleeve Ross in Calvin on the 13th of April, Sunday evening, 7 to 9, yeah. So we're kind of enjoying it. We're doing a mixture of stuff, you know, just really old 60s and 70s stuff, you know, and a bit of rock and roll, really. That's it.
I find when I'm out myself that a lot of the young ones, even the new and upcoming bands, are doing songs that we pretty much played about like 20 years ago. I hate to say 20 years ago, but and these songs and even the young ones are still, they're into this type of music. And I just saw just there recently, it's the Picnic Festival, or one of these festivals that's on in the summer, with the Sex Pistols come along headlining. The Sex Pistols came out about 30 years ago.
That's right,
And,
1977 or 6, the Sex Pistols, yeah.
Yeah, and I have to say, their album, never mind the bollocks, here's the Sex Pistols, you couldn't say that on the radio a couple of years back.
Never mind the beep bleep.
That's right, yeah, that's pretty much how it was advertised. But 30 years later, you know, they're headlining.
There's not a lot. There's not a lot of new stuff, is there? Really, that's worth listening to. I say I'm really showing my age there. But that's the age I generally feel that way. You know?
Well, when I listen to bands now, I just feel that there's really nothing new about them. You know, it was new 30 years ago when Sex Pistols came along. Maybe for a while after that, when U2, maybe Big Country, they had a different sound. At that time, I think it was described as new wave. But since that, really nothing has leaped out and kicked you over there.
I like the Kooks, mind you. The Kooks are good. The Kooks, I seen them on telly there the other
Late
day.
Late Show.
Covered or something, wasn't it? Or
Oh,
Late
yeah.
Late Show, yeah. I thought they were good. Singer sounds a bit different to the usual stuff. I like them.
It's probably hard to get some that sounds different because a lot of ideas have been maybe used, could we say. Have we run out of ideas?
It's all been done before, huh?
It seems that way.
Yeah, Kings of Leon, they're a good band as well.
They're good.
Kings of Leon. Yeah, I don't know very much about them, but from what I heard, which is not too much, I'd probably have to agree. But what about the live scene now compared to what it was, say, you know, even 10 years ago? Because it seems to have got quiet. Is it the drink driving? Is the cost of going out? What, in your opinion, where's it gone? Because a lot of bands say the only night out now is Saturday night, or maybe Sunday afternoon seems to have got quite popular.
Yeah. I don't know, it seems no different than it ever was to me to a large extent, you know.
Playing is playing, basically.
Yeah, just there's still a few gigs to be got if you scramble around for them, you know, like you have to travel a bit further than that. It's not like back when I started, you could be out playing 5 nights a week, but you know, obviously it's a bit different. But I don't want to be out playing 5 nights a week anymore. I'm too old for it. So it's I'm happy enough with what's available here. I was talking to a fella I know, Paul German from Cavan, and he's living in Bradford or Bolton in England now, and he was saying he's lucky if he can get out once a month to play because there's 0 gigs over there. So
Yeah.
he thinks we're very lucky over here. So we can't grumble really, you know.
Yeah, actually I've been in England a couple of times and I know the way it is there. And I sometimes feel that maybe Ireland might be going that way a little bit. I hope not, because we're all a bit different, and there seems to be more appreciation for real music here than maybe in England. It's more commercialised, more about selling products basically. I remember even reading interviews with Shane McGowan, and Shane is a lot more contented having the #1 hit in Ireland than in England. It seemed to mean a lot more to him.
Ah, well, he's big into his Irishness anyway, isn't he? Like he kind of
Yeah, well,
he was very proud
he's
of
an
his
Irish man.
Irishness. Yeah. Well, so there you are. You see, so I suppose he been the whole thing. I read his book written by him and the girlfriend, Victoria Mary Clark, and it was just them talking. And he's very much into the whole Irish thing, and he's mad into Ireland, even though he's brought up a fair bit in England.
In London.
Spent his school holidays.
Yeah, actually, probably one of the most amazing songwriters, because he just he paints a picture with the words. There's very few people that I actually read the lyrics to, but when Shane McGowan writes lyrics, I read them and you just know exactly where he's coming from with them. I think it's just an extraordinary talent. So Tony, you're quite a talent yourself, so
no, go on with that.
maybe you'd like to give it a blast, would you? You
Sure,
give us
maybe
another
one more, yeah, let me
another
think,
wee tune.
All right, okay, I'll try and do this one. So let's I'm a collector, you know.
This is the original tune that Tony's going to do.
Don't know.
We're looking for a plectrum in the place, so we might just have to
I
stall
I
here.
should have brought my own, really.
And
There you go.
actually, there's probably no better way to stall about things than talk about the
Just
weather.
throw with the finger, though.
It's raining here.
Everybody gets a little lonely round this time of year, don't they? Summer long gone, no sign of Christmas cheer, is there? Wind blowing in from the ocean, chills my bones. Oh, in a room overlooking the ocean, there's a boy who will never grow old, part of a lost generation. Here's the black one. The story will never be told. Year after year, the seasons come and go. Oh, never get away, never get away, never get away from the rain. And I'd leave if I could, but by now I'll have missed the last train. Missed the last train. Everywhere you go now, the signs read vacancies. Oh yeah. Landladies sweeping front doorsteps, perhaps needlessly. Oh yeah. Wind blowing in from the ocean chills my soul. Oh, never get away, never get away, never get away from the rain. And I'd leave if I could, but by now I'd have missed the last train. Never get away, never get away, never get away from the rain. And I'd leave if I could, but by now I'd have missed the last train. Missed the last train. Missed the last train. Everybody gets a little lonely round this time of year, don't they?
Absolutely lovely stuff there. That was Tony Smith there with a composition he wrote himself. What was that called?
What's it called?
Something about the rain.
Yeah, Missed the Last Train, that's it, yeah.
That was called Missed the Last Train. That was Tony Smith, a song he wrote himself.
All done myself.
It's wonderful having Tony here tonight, and it's always great that I have local talent. He says he's enjoying being here, and actually we're all enjoying being here tonight as well, because we're running way over, but we can keep going for another song or so anyway.
Absolutely.
Seeing as we're broadcasting from a crow's nest up in one of the trees in Andrew Byland's front garden, overlooking the Derrygar Inn, we're going to do a song by a band called Something Happens, and it's called Parachute, because with the way the rain is gushing here and the wind and all that, we may need the parachutes.